Hello there, good evening to you all, and welcome to this very latest video of the Mark II Burnley career mode, where we're now going very strong at the moment. We've got 3 games to bring you tonight. First of all, 2 matches with Sunderland, one in the league at the Stadium of Light, and then we've got to play them in an FA Cup 5th round game at Turf Moor. So plenty to look forward to there, to 2 obviously titanic tussles against Sunderland, of course. And then to finish off February is a home first leg of the last 16 of the Champions League, where we take on Jurgen Klopp's Borussia Dortmund. So plenty to look forward to. We're going to the Sunderland game, the only league game in the video, by the way, and to finish off February with a 2-point gap. We are the 3 strikers of Burnley are our top scorers at the moment. Ings with 22, Kane with 14, and Vokes with 13. So not much to choose between the 2 strikers. We come into the game of the back of that 5-2 victory over QPR. If we can beat Sunderland, knowing that the league fixture programme is finished for February, knowing that we're going to be at least 2 points at top, it takes the pressure off the league. Takes the pressure off going into those 2 Man of Cup matches, the FA Cup against Sunderland, and of course that first leg against Borussia Dortmund at Turf Moor, and it's going to be banging for that first leg as well, I'm telling you. Well, anyway, without further ado, let's go straight to our first match, which is a league game, our final league game in February, and it's against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Hello and a very good evening to you as Burnley take on Sunderland. Sunderland in the bottom 3, 19th position, and with 22 points from their 24 games. Burnley over 60 points, they're 2 points ahead of Chelsea. So a real opportunity here for Burnley to get 3 more points to put the pressure back on Chelsea's skins. Burnley, of course, sporting an all dark strip this evening, with 1 significant change in their side. I'll bring you up to speed with that 1 change in just a moment or 2. But first of all, let's take a check at the home team first. And Danny Graham is preferred to Stephen Fletcher, the former Burnley man, up front, and Connor Wickham. Seb Larson's amongst the substitutes bench. It's Brigcutt, Johnson, Catamol, Rodwell and Gangarini, the midfield 5. That's for only that 1 change. Out goes Glenn Whelan, he drops to the bench, and in comes David Jones. He's got just around 10 goals this season from midfield, and he gets another chance to see what he can do against the evergreen 36-year-old Frank Lampard. Kutsema, one of the loanees, along with Adrian Januzaj, to come to Burnley, and they've really made a difference to the squad since coming. So the first of 2 consecutive games for these 2 sides. 4 days from now they play each other in the 5th round of the FA Cup back at Turf Moor. The referee in charge, Michael Oliver. And what 2 titanic tussles they're going to be now. So Burnley in the all dark strip get us away. The FA Cup coming up on Saturday. But tonight it's all about the Barclays Premier League, and it's the last game of the league programme for Burnley this month. The next 3 games all in cup competitions. The Januzaj plays that in, but it's Pantelimon with the early catch. Big tall 6'7" goalkeeper. As I say, we've got to play Sunderland in the FA Cup at Turf Moor, and then Borussia Dortmund next Tuesday in the first leg of the Champions League, last 16, and then of course on the Sunday, March the 1st, it's the Capital One Cup final against their championship rivals Chelsea. Januzaj. David Jones. Oh, shook off his opponent well. Got a shot in. A moment. Would have took something special to beat 6'7" Pantelimon, former Manchester City goalkeeper. Here's folks. Ings waited in the middle. Ings is getting there now. He's kept the ball alive. Ings should score, and he has done. Just shy of a quarter of an hour gone. And the Clarets have threatened to take the lead, have taken the lead, they've done what they threatened to do right from the word go. Take the lead, they forced Pantelimon into a couple of outstanding saves, but he couldn't stop this one. Disappointment for the Sunderland goalkeeper, but great joy for Danny Ings and Burnley, goal number 23 in the league this season. And the league leaders and current defending Barclays Premier League champions, well, I say current, well, the league leaders anyway, lead by a goal to nil. I'm talking about another career mode. But here's Sam Vokes for Burnley. Good save by Pantelimon. It's, of course, obviously it's the first season in our Mark II career mode. Thinking about the first one utterly entirely. Here's Januzaj. That's a good ball in by Januzaj. Ball back. Kurt Zuma doing terrifically well. What a side he's proved to be, and he's a really world-class defender in the making here. If Burnley could snap him up on a more permanent basis, I think he'd be a very good player. Zuma in to make the challenge once again. Good defending by the Clarets. It's a Sunderland corner. Adam Johnson to take. Good ball in, right on Tom Heaton's 6-yard box. Here's Kitely leading the Clarets charge of the Light Brigade. Just calmly and concisely playing it to Trippier, and Kitely gets the ball back off him. 2-8 in the centre, and Vokes has scored 2-0. And what a lovely move from the Clarets. Kitely and Trippier playing some wonderful passes between them down the right hand flank. A wonderful floated cross in there by Kitely, and Sam Vokes, well, from 6 yards, never misses them. And he nods in goal number 14 for the season. And we're just shy of half an hour gone. It's 2-0 to the Clarets, and it's looking like business as usual for them as they go for their first league championship since 1960 in this Mark II Burnley career mode. Well, it's certainly been a good month as far as league form has been concerned for the Clarets. They're on the verge to win all 4 games. Ings is offside, by the way. Referee's assistant had his flag up straight away. So Burnley well in business here. 2 up. Sunderland yet really to test Tom Heaton. Chances here for Sunderland. The ball pulled back, only half cleared. And Burnley almost getting themselves in a pickle there, clearing it. Here's Frank Lampard. Inside the last 10 minutes of the first half, and here's Frankie Lampard. He's still running. How is he still going? The 36-year-old, well, he ran 70 yards of the ball, and I think he wanted to go on his own and can still prove that he could score the solo goal. Battled by Zuma, but the referee allowing the advantage. And here's Johnson. Away from the defender, still Johnson. That's a great tackle. Magnificent tackle again by the Clarets defence. Here's Danny Ings again for the Clarets. And still Ings is goofing on. We're into the last minute of the first half. It's Ings, it's 3! It's been a first half to remember if you're a Claret and Blue persuasion. Sunderland 0, Burnley 3. And another magnificent professional away performance so far. And we've only had 45 minutes here. And I've got a suspicion that it's going to be a second half of real damage limitations here for second from bottom Sunderland. The Clarets have just cakewalked it in this first half. And goal number 24 for Ings makes him out and out now, more or less by far and away, the league's top scorer. And barring a miracle, he's on course. He's the bookie's favourite to pick up the Golden Boot. He's on course for an England call-up later on next month for those European Championship qualifiers. Kurt Zouma, for his earlier foul not long before that third one went in, was booked for a late challenge, and here's Adrian Januzaj as the whistle goes. Tiggs and Teo evokes the scorers for Burnley. It's been pretty routine. Sunderland haven't really offered much to trouble Tom Heaton or his back four. And half time then at the Stadium of Light, it's routine for Burnley. They lead by 3-0. And welcome back to everybody here. This is Burnley's game in hand, by the way, tonight. And they're doing just that. They're going to go 5 points clear as things stand. Just to bring you up to date with the 4 other games taking place tonight before we get underway in the second half. Crystal Palace 0, Everton 2 at Selhurst Park. Hull City 1, Newcastle 0. Big game there. Hull need to win that one, you would suspect. At Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0. And at the Britannia, a bit of a surprise there. Stoke, who are normally so good at home, 0. QPR 1. So that's up to date in the other 4 games here. We're about to see a triple change, and with these 2 big games in mind, it's pointless really in playing them any further. So Vokes and Ings and Frank Lampard especially, he's 36 years old, remember, they're all going to have the second half off, and Whelan, Kane and Barnes are all going to have 45 minutes apiece. Here's Jones, Kane, remember Sunderland to come on Saturday in the Cup at Turf Moor. Offside against Kane. Free kick to Sunderland. Do you think that will be a much more of a tougher fixture really, in terms of both teams will want to treat the Cup with the greatest of respects and really go at it hammer and tongs, as United extend their lead to 3-0 against Leicester City as Ashley Barnes goes through. Barnes takes it first time. Good save by Pantelimon. Corner to Burnley. Well, even with the 3 substitutions they made, they're still producing wave upon wave of attack, and that's down to one thing: squad spirit. And Whelan, one of the other subs with the corner, nodded away, but only as far as Jones. Oh, what a cheeky back heel. It's Shackle. It's Jason Shackle. Oh, it's gone through the goalkeeper's legs. It's 4 and Shackle. The skipper gets 1. Burnley extend their lead to 4, and the goalkeeper, I have to say, if you're going to be hypercritical, will be very, very disappointed. Shackle hit it quite low. He hit it he didn't hit it with that much power, but Pantelimon inexplicably has let it go, I think, through his legs. Not that that's going to bother Shackle too much in the grand scheme of things. It's his second goal of the season in the league. But it's sort of a collector's item for him, because he normally scores with headers rather than his feet. Wasn't a particularly well hit shot, in fairness to him, but it found the net. And Burnley's luck is definitely in here at the Stadium of Light, and it could get even better, but Pantelimon is lightning fast off his line, and he's going to get there before Harry Kane can. And now we're gone 4-0 to Burnley. And so far, no panic. And here's Barnes again. It's Ashley Barnes for Burnley. Again, tamely hit, but in comes Harry Kane to make it 5. Sunderland waving the white flag, it seems, here to this wave upon wave of irresistible attack from the Clarets. Harry Kane scores a goal. You can't keep him out of the action, can you? Barnes had the first effort well parried, but Kane was just onside. He was in the right place in the right time to notch in goal number 15 of the season. And Burnley now take a 5-goal lead. 2 for Ings and 1 each for Kane, Shackle and Vokes. One can have sympathy with Sunderland, but they've brought this all on themselves. And here's Barnes again. 2-0 to Hull City. Helmer Hamady has just scored the second one for Hull. As Barnes goes on a counter-attack and tries to make it 6, and he's just denied by a good saving challenge there. At least it's been a routine victory for Burnley now. It's going to end. It's going to end Burnley, whatever the outcome, whatever happens in the next 20 minutes. Burnley have had this game all cut and blow dried, really. That's a good header, and over the top it went. And, well, Andy Graham with the opportunity. Now Liam Bridcut is being withdrawn. Seb Lawson's going to come on for 18 minutes plus stoppage time. See if we can't add a little bit of respectability and try and get Sunderland at least on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, at the other end, we've got Kane. That's an excellent challenge. And why couldn't Sunderland put that in so sooner? Only Dick Advocat will know. It's Kitely. Oh, it's a wonderful ball by Dawson, by Whelan rather. And Kane just couldn't get it out of his feet. Now Pantalamon's probably used up more than, what, 6 seconds there. You know, it's a 6-second roll with the ball in the hand. He used up more than that, but I think if we're being terribly, kind maybe on the Sunderland goalkeeper. He's probably been their best player. He's been beaten 5 times, really. Oh, well hustled by Kane, and he's got Barnes. If it is, it's Barnes. Oh, unlucky. Well worked again by the Clarets. Barnes did everything right, but he beat the far post. And Danny Graham comes off, and Conor Wickham comes on. Stephen Fletcher, the ex-Claret, comes on again against his own side, but he knows it's going to be in a losing cause now. And here's Barnes. He's away from the defence. It's Ashley Barnes. Will it be 6 now? He takes his time. Yes! Number 6, Ashley Barnes, gets on the score sheet and completes the route magnificently. Well, they're going to go 5 points and significant goal difference away from Chelsea. This was the game in hand. And my goodness, they've took the opportunity magnificently when they've needed to. No chance at all for Costel Pantelimon. And 5 goals this season in the Premier League for Ashley Barnes. And number 6 now for Burnley. 2 for Ings and 1 each for Barnes, Kane, Shackle and Vokes. A wonderful day away from the office at Burnley. A bad day at the office for the Black Cats of Dick Advocat, whose team really need to pick up form and fast if they're going to avoid dropping into the Sky Bet Championship next season. And Zuma there playing a dangerous game there. He slid in, nearly gave a penalty away and possibly a second yellow card. In the end, it never came to anything. Zuma couldn't find Barnes. And Michael Over brings Sunderland's misery to a halt. Burnley won by 6 goals to 0. 2 for Ings, 1 each for Kane, Vokes, Shackle and Barnes. It was a procession right from the word go, and Burnley go 5 points clear of Chelsea at the top of the table. Final score, Sunderland 0, Burnley 6. Hello there and welcome to the FA Cup 5th round. The last 16, Wembley potentially 3 or 4 games away now. For the 2 teams, for potentially 2 teams who are competing in this round and will look to get through to Wembley. Burnley already at Wembley, of course, in the League Cup final. That will take place in just over a week's time. But first, they've got another match with Sunderland, who they beat 6-0 in the league earlier this week. Burnley make one change from that 6-0 win. Sam Vokes is rested with the Borussia Dortmund game in mind here, so Ashley Barnes gets an opportunity. Otherwise, it's the same 11 that started in the 6-0 demolition job of, again, tonight's opponents. And let's have a look at Sunderland then, shall we? One significant change, and that's up top, as you can see. Stephen Fletcher comes in. He will play in place of Danny Graham. Otherwise, it's more or less the same 11. So Stephen Fletcher on his return to Turf Moor. Magnificent occasion for this game. Adam Johnson. The referee tonight for this late FA Cup game is Lucas Padwick. Burnley, of course, in the claret and blue. 4,000 fanatic Black Cats supporters. They were known in the olden days as Mackhams. Known more commonly now these days as the Black Cats. We'll need some Black Cat luck tonight against this rampant claret side who have been on a great run of form. Haven't lost since the Aston Villa game at the end of November. Only crossing there from Kitely, well held by Pantelimon, beaten 6 times during the midweek. Now Lampard to Barnes. Some terrific run by Ashley Barnes. Plus the 3 consecutive cup games. Here's Barnes again, turning the cross back. We've got to play Borussia Dortmund here on Tuesday night in the Champions League for last 16, and then it's the League Cup final a week tomorrow. Barnes again. Turns the cross back. It's a corner kick to the Clarets. Just remind everybody about anybody who's unfamiliar with the FA Cup. If it ends a draw after 90 minutes, then there'll be no more play. We'll all have to go back to the Stadium of Light for a potential replay. But unless that will only happen if we can't find an outright winner after 90 minutes. Here's Lampard's corner. And it's just gone wide. I think it was Kitely that was in there. Indeed it was. It was wide of Pantelimon's post. Goal kick to the Black Cats of Sunderland. And an atmosphere to beat no other, I'm here to tell you. Bitterly cold. Usually it's during late February here. Cold Lancastrian night. With the hills that inspired the Bronte sisters many moons ago on the far side. That brilliant Lancashire hills. Right on the border with Yorkshire as well. Little chip cross in. Good punch away by Pantelimon. But not very far, and the shot just wide. Well, it was Jack Rodwell following up after Heaton hadn't got a positive enough contact on the punch. It's Kurt Zuma, Chelsea man on loan from Chelsea. Trippier, not a really good ball there. Probably being too ambitious. Here's Lampard. Oh, well played, Danny Ings. And Barnes helped it out by taking 2 out of the game, and then Ings shoots against the post and goes wide. He hit it well. And the man who is the top scorer in the Barclays Premier League this season. So mighty, mighty close. Goal kick to Sunderland. and still no goals. That's a good tackle by Zuma. Trippier, good ball. Gartley on the chase. Looking for eggs. I'm trying to get Graham Whelan in behind, but to no avail. Half an hour gone. Burnley were 3 up by now in the league game in midweek. Offside there. Here's Kitely. Lampard trying to use his experience. He's giving the ball away here, and it's given a chance here for Sunderland. But Zuma doing well again. Finds his former Chelsea colleague Lampard. He turns, finds Ashley Barnes. Oof, that was a bit careless by Barnes. I think he was trying to play it to Whelan. It ran far too far. That's a good ball though to find Zuma. Now Whelan. Turpmore certainly up for the cup here, and so is Glenn Whelan. He's certainly up for the cup. Pantelimon with the save. Comes to Kitely though. Kitely with the effort. Oh, palmed away. Well, Pantelimon is having a better match tonight than he did the other night at the Stadium of Light in the league match, and he was beaten by 6 goals. Frankie Lampard to swing another corner. This time Sunderland deal with it alright. And now there's could be a break on here with Fletcher. He's got Johnson wanting the ball, and Burnley are in all sorts of trouble here, and Johnson is hit the side netting. Well, that be the best chance that Sunderland get in this cup tie. And I'm sure Johnson knows the miss that he's just put in there. But I'm here to tell you, if he'd have took that chance, well, Burnley would have to have come from behind. First half stoppage time. Here's Zuma having an inspired run. It's Kurt Zuma! Puts the ball wide. Chances are plenty in this first half, mainly to Burnley, and Zuma with a typical centre-back finish, trying to do what his centre-back colleague and captain Jason Shackle did to terrific effect at the Stadium of Light the other day. Half time, and Sunderland are looking a lot more sounder in defence. Burnley have had a chance. Danny Ings has hit the post in the first half. Johnson hit the side netting and could have put Sunderland in front, but at half time in this 5th round FA Cup tie at Turf Moor, it's Burnley 0, Sunderland 0. Welcome back everybody. Another cup tie taking place at this moment in time, another late game, and it's been played at the Emirates. As you can see, it's Arsenal 1, Championship Reading 1. So Championship Reading really holding firm in that 5th round tie there. And would we have a replay at the Majewski, I wonder? Well, we have a replay at the Stadium of Light because it's still 0-0. There's no changes from either side. But Burnley attacking the Jimmy McElroy end to our left in the second half. Sunderland to the David Fish weekend, where 4,000 of their fanatical supporters are based in. Frank Lampard. Whelan. Zuma. Ings. Frank Lampard. Lampard! Got his effort off well. That's the next fixture for Burnley. What a game that is. Jurgen Klopp's Borussia Dortmund coming to Lancashire. They're going to sample that tremendous cold Lancashire weather. And we'll be seeing that game on Tuesday. Meanwhile, in this 5th round FA Cup game, it's 0-0. But it's been a cracking cup tie. Playing in a terrific spirit. Not really been too many fouls for Lucas Padwick, the referee, to give. Which is a credit to his referee, I have to say. Here's Kitely. Finding Ings. And Ings doing well. It's Danny Ings for Burnley. And again, Pantelimon just having one of those days at the moment where everything that's been thrown at him is repelling. Free kick. Seb Lawson being replaced by the very robust and hard tackling Lee Cattermole. That has a bit more steel in that Sunderland midfield area. It's obvious that Dick Applecart wants a little bit more bite in that midfield rather than more creativity. Feels that he has enough talent there, but Seb Larson wasn't really in the game for a long while, to be honest with you. Ball played back and Januzaj can clear for Burnley. But again, not with any great gusto, and Adam Johnson was able to pick it up, but Januzaj has picked his pocket. Keeps his balance well. That looked a foul there by the Sunderland defender, but he was allowed to get away with it. Here's Johnson. He's run out of pitch. Well, with 22 minutes left to play, it's anyone's cup game, and as things stand, if it is to end goalless, we will have a replay at the Stadium of Light, which would suit Sunderland more than it would Burnley, because when you look at Burnley's fixture list, piling up the fixtures here. So it's important really that Burnley get a result here tonight. Oh, well, in Kurt Zuma did magnificently well, and that's a good ball up by Danny Ings. He's got Barnes waiting in the middle. Ings has got Barnes, he's onside. It's Ashley Barnes! Oh, he's hit the crossbar! And it's being kept down in hands. Oh my goodness, Ashley Barnes thought he made the breakthrough. And you just think, is he bouncing Sunderland's way this afternoon? And now suddenly at the other end we've got a break on here, and Eaton's out of his ground and he's hit the post! Unbelievable! We've seen two chances for both sides. Barnes hit the bar and then Sunderland went up the other end and hit the post. Will Buckley on for Adam Johnson. Well, Burnley could have been in front, but then could have easily been behind. Here's Glenn Whelan now. Burnley shading it in possession, but still can't find a way through. Good save again. Glenn Whelan denied this time by Pantelimon. What drama here, and how we're still at 0-0 is a mystery. That should be Burnley's defender's ball. The ball's run dead, and I think that's going to be... Is it a Sunderland throw? It is. Whelan has picked up a slight knock. Cross in, but it's Whelan, Robert Trippier now, and he's found Kitely. There are 3 minutes of this fifth round cup game to play, and onside is Danny Ings. The flag has stayed down. Can Ings keep his nerve? He's won it! He's won it in the very last minute of normal time! He looks at the replay, but Danny Ings, the Premier League top scorer, has found a way past Pantelimon, and Burnley, who have been the better side, are going into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Fourth goal in the cup this season, and it takes them surely through to the quarter-finals, and potentially 2 games away from a cup final, a second cup final, but 1 game away from a second Wembley appearance of the season. Free kick to Sunderland, who have just got less than 3 minutes to try and snatch an equaliser and potentially another game. A replay up at the Stadium of Light. Here comes the free kick away. Showing now, they've got to get it forward. Ings now got to hold it up. All eyes on referee Lucas Padwick. But here's Danny Ings. He's hurt himself. Let's hope it's nothing serious. To lose him for a fixture of that magnitude against Borussia Dortmund would be so frustrating. Free kick to Sunderland. It's still not over yet. It's getting tiresome out there on that field now. Sunderland, last row of the dice, well headed away. Final whistle! Burnley are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Better late than never, they say. And Danny Ings came up with the goods right at the end when he looked up all the while that those chances missed by both Sunderland and Burnley were going to hold them and go for a weak point. But it's Burnley who go through. 1-0 winners in this 5th round FA Cup. Hello, good evening to you. It's the last 16 of the Champions League, and what a magnificent occasion this is going to be. Burnley take on Borussia Dortmund. Jurgen Klopp sampling what proper Lancashire weather's going to be like here tonight. I'm not sure whether the Bundesliga side have experienced weather conditions on a European night like this before, but it's bitterly cold, it's raining. The players wearing warm stuff to protect themselves. Certainly the Dortmund players are. They won't like a night like this. But the Burnley players well used to it. They don't fear anything at the moment. So let's take a check on the two teams, and it's 2 changes to the Burnley side, as you'll see in just a second. Sam Vokes gets his place back in place of Ashley Barnes from that cup tie victory over Sunderland. And also in the midfield area, David Jones gets the nod over Glenn Whelan alongside Frank Lampard. Otherwise it's the same team that beat Sunderland 1-0 in that FA Cup 5th round game. Let's have a look at the Bundesliga side. Plenty of experience in there. Riedenfeller the goalkeeper, Royce, Kagawa and Blazanowski, Gundogan and Bender the 2 holding midfielders, Hummels and Skodorakis the 2 centre backs. Vokes and Ings, the deadly duo, preferred up top in place of Kane and Barnes. The referee tonight, Gustavo Apollonio of Italy. And it's going to be Burnley and Claret and Blue to attack the cricket field end of David Fistrick end to our right. In Claret and Blue, 4,000 Dortmund supporters are situated in that cricket field stand. Dortmund in the all yellow strip with black shorts, of course. They'll attack the Jimmy McElroy end to the left. So Burnley playing from right to left in this first half. And here's Michael Catley early on. Fantastic effort. Riedenfeller was confident, however, that was going wide of his far post, as he looked at it anyway. Also the captain. Second leg will be a real tough test for Burnley, away from home. Under an atmosphere like no other at Dortmund's ground. The FIFA Stadium. Beautiful ground. One of the best grounds in Europe. This is a traditional English ground, and Burnley will enjoy the conditions more than Dortmund will. But here's a chance here for Dortmund, and they've scored from it. It's Immobile who's got the goal. And just the start that Burnley didn't want. Joy on the face of Riedenfeller. So Ciro Immobile scores his 5th goal in the Champions League this season and dampens the early enthusiasm around Turf Moor. Burnley, of course, who've showing one eye on the Wembley showpiece on Sunday against Chelsea in the League Cup final. have not made a good start, but here's Cartley, who has made a good start. However, is that trickling in? No, the ball's going to just run dead, and it's going to be cleared away by Borussia Dortmund. Almost off the line. Here's Jones. Januzaj will get there first. No, good tackle coming in. England 0, Germany 1. And here come Dortmund again on the attack here. And another dangerous looking cross, and it's not headed away, and that should have been 2. Gundogan right in there, and Heaton wasn't getting there by a long chalk, and if that had been on target, Dortmund would have had 2 goals in the space of 17 minutes. And they've got to get together here, Burnley. They're freezing a little bit on a big night here. They've won a free kick, however, foul on Trippier. Now they need an equaliser and quick. Here's Lampard, not a good ball. The conditions don't allow to play pretty football. But surprisingly enough, Dortmund have mastered the conditions a little bit better than the Chorus had, and you'd have thought with the conditions the Chorus would favour it, would favour it with more. Ball for Burnley. That's a good ball, and Ings is onside. Now this is the moment for Danny Ings. Good save, and Vokes had scored! 25 minutes gone! Max Hummels perplexed, but Burnley are level and are jubilant! Good save by Wiedenfeller. But Vokes was there and on hand. He didn't hit it cleanly, but the pace of the turf skidded, took the ball into the net, and the ball just skidded off the wet turf and into the corner. It doesn't matter how they go in, they all count, and what a time to get the first goal in Europe this season. Well, that'll display Jurgen Klopp, how Ings was allowed to run through undetected and onside. Here's Jones. And Burnley, who have made the worst possible start by conceding to a goal by Mobley, have suddenly found themselves right back in this game. Januzaj to Jones. It's a lovely ball. Can Vos get on the end of it? Nope. Dortmund again with the defence. Things again. Away from the 2 centre backs. And puts it wide. Wings of Vos getting a bit of joy then. And Ings can't finish at the moment. 10 goals in the Champions League group phase going into this. Although Burnley finished second, Ings was a real shining light. Burnley have lost the Champions League game here this season. Earlier on in the piece, that was against AC Milan. And they lost 3-2. Here's Vokes again. Vokes shoots. Good save again by Wiedenfeller. Throw to Burnley. This was the goal. He was the goal scorer that opened the scoring. It's Cartley again. Captured in, but he slipped as he crossed, and there wasn't enough pace on the cross. They'll fall for Zuma. And they'll fall for Ings. And he twists and turns. Hummels as if he wasn't there. And the goalkeeper again only half saved it, and then his defenders helped him out of a real tight hole there. Trippier. Shackle will try and win that one, he does. Jones does well. Burnley coming on the stronger at the end of the first half. And Vokes is having a night to remember so far. Strikes the shot again. And another magnificent piece of goalkeeping by Wiedenfeller. And Dortmund are on the rack at the end of the first half. But it's going to probably end 1-1. And that is the way it is. The Italian referee blows for half time. And applause from all four stands of the stadium because that's been a competitive game. Folks equalised an early goal from Immobile. And this tie is still in the balance. Half time, it's Burnley 1, Dortmund 1. Welcome back to Turf Moor, everybody, for the start of the second half. 1-1 here. Another last 16 first leg taking place tonight, and that is in Turin, where Juventus are being held 0-0 by current European champions Real Madrid. 0-0 there, 1-1 here, and news: Frank Lampard can't continue. He wants to have a rest, and Glenn Miller will take his place for the second half. You've got to take into account that Frank Lampard is now 36 years old, and as good as he has been for Burnley, you don't want to see him risk getting injured, as Wiedenfeller comes well off limits with Ings charging towards him like a rhinoceros. It's a throw to Burnley. Wheeling turning. David Jones. Well, they need a big game from him tonight. Jones! It's there! He's done it yet again! And he went through Wiedenfeller! Max Hummels absolutely furious with his goalkeeper here. Jones allowed to turn, he backed off, and maybe Wiedenfeller should have done better. It was well within his grasp. That's a poor attempt to save it, but take nothing away from the strike by David Jones. And the Clarets, who trailed in this first leg, are in front for the first time, and unbelievably it's his first goal in Europe, along with Sam Vokes tonight. And it's a turn up for the books in the biggest possible way. And Turf Moor, that was silent for a spell at the start of the first half, is now all of a sudden jumping with delight. Free kick to Burnley. Offside. Zuma. Shackle. Jones. That's out. There's a chance now for Dortmund. Zuma across terrifically well there to deny the German side once again. Glenn Whelan. And onside is Danny Ings again. He's one-on-one with Wiedenfeller. Ings, he's round him. It's there. It's 3-1 Burnley. And the Germans have been caught napping yet again. And Wiedenfeller beat them out. Ings just shot past him as if he wasn't there, and fired it into an empty net. And Burnley have some daylight between themselves and Jurgen Klopp's men. 3-1. And that's goal number 11 in the Champions League this season. And amazing circumstances here, amazing scenes around Turf Moor. One they could have barely dreamt of a few years ago, when they were fighting against Orient for their very existence, not just to stay in the Football League, but for their very existence as a football club. How things work out for the better. Things is pulled up, by the way. And they're going to have to take him up, and with the cup final in mind, This is not what you want to be seeing, because there's a cup final 4 days away from now. So with that in mind, I think it's right that Ings comes off now, and he's going to get a standing ovation. And Harry Kane comes on, and Sahin comes on for Sven Bender. This is the third goal. So Sahin comes on for Sven Bender, and Kane on for Ings, as we well know. Let's hope Ings is fit for the cup final on Sunday. Whalen. Folks, oh, what a wonderful pass. Here's Harry Kane, long range drive. Well held this time by Wiedenfeller. Not easy to hold on to a greasy ball in this wet and cold weather. The thing is, from Dortmund's point of view, they do have that away goal. And if it keeps this way at 3-1, they've certainly got every chance in the second leg. The full stadium. Now, second away goal could have been so handy then. And it's Ambumang who's going to come on and replace Lazanovsky. Here's Zuma. Wonderful ball. Harry Kane is onside. Here's Sam Vokes. Into the McAvoy stand instead of the back of the net this time. No, we've not seen great nights like this since the 60s for the Clarets. And we're going to see a final change. Immobile, who scored the opening goal of the night to put Borussia Dortmund in front, has been sacrificed, with them now at 3-1 down. And on comes Ramos. I'm going to give credit to Burnley, really. The way they've taken on Klopp's side now, that is a debatable decision by the referee. How on earth could that be a free kick when that looked, to me anyway, like a perfectly good tackle? So from a generous referee decision, Dortmund have a chance here to pull it back to 3-2, and they've done just that. And I think it's an own goal by Tom Heaton, and he was very, very unlucky. And Ramos was certainly in there. And this tie is well and truly back in the melting pot once again, with 3 minutes to go. It's a second away goal as well for Dortmund. So even if it is to come to defeat here tonight, Jurgen Klopp will still have the satisfaction of having 2 away goals in the bank. It means if they win 1-0 in a fortnight's time, they do go through on that away goals row, and that comes into effect after 90 minutes, by the way. No blame attached to Tom Heaton, because he just seemed to ricochet off his leg, and it just was one of those things. Jones. That's surely going to be Wiedenfeller, although Vokes was entitled to go for it. And the Italian ref is going to go ahead and book him. We're trying to be too committed. I think that's a little bit harsh. But we're deep into 5 minutes of time added on at the end. I think it was a harsh decision to give a yellow for that. Here's Wiedenfeller. And it's all over. Burnley have won the first leg, but Dortmund have scored 2 away goals, one of them being an own goal by Tom Heaton. But Burnley take a 1-goal advantage back to Germany for the second leg on a magnificent night's entertainment here at Turf Moor. Final score in this first leg, Burnley 3, Borussia Dortmund 2. Hello again everybody. Now just to let you know, we are up in the video count for this second second half of February to 4 because we've got an extra game to play. That one's just been thrown at us at the blinking of a moment. It's amazing how the Premier League fixture masters throw these fixtures at us. You know, this is, you can't compensate for that. So we're going to throw in an extra game to end the month, and then obviously going into a cup final of magnificent magnitude. And then we've got Southampton, Burnley. That's been put back to the 5th of March. So let's just have a look at this new schedule of ours. Now we've got to play Liverpool on the 27th. This is ridiculous. That's 2 whole days before a cup final with Chelsea. We've also lost Danny Ings for 2 weeks, so he won't be available for the cup final, which is a shame really. Then we've got to play Southampton on the Thursday. This is after the cup final. Swansea on the Sunday. Chelsea on the Wednesday. City on the Saturday. Dortmund on the Wednesday. And then we've got a 2-week break for the internationals, which is heavenly. We play Hungary and we play Greece. So let's get back to the final game then. The 4th and final game. It's going to be at Anfield against Liverpool. We all thought the league programme was over after that Sunderland result, but not on your Nelly. But we have a 5-point gap to Chelsea now, and all we've got to do now is just keep winning from now to the end of the season. If we beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, then we've surely got one hand, you'd think, on one of the handles of the trophy. But let's just see how that goes as we go to Anfield for our 4th and extra match. Hello and welcome to Anfield. Burnley top of the table by 5 points. They travel to 6th place Liverpool. The 2 teams emerge, as you can see there from the tunnel. The Premier League have decided in their ultimate wisdom to schedule this game 2 days before a League Cup final date with Chelsea. It can be pretty inconsiderate. Certainly from the Clark's point of view, they were furious about that. There's not a lot they can do now. They must do it now. But Lampard is rested for this game, but as far as Danny Ings is concerned, he misses the League Cup final and he misses this particular game. He's out for 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. This is the Liverpool side. It's pretty well strengthened with the likes of Gerrard, Balotelli and Lallana and Skirtle and Sturridge in reserve. Ricky Lambert leads the line. Coutinho plays. Raheem Sterling and Jordan Henderson will play in the midfield. Henderson, in actual fact, takes over as skipper from Gerrard. And as I say, 2 changes for Burnley. One in the midfield, one up top. Harry Kane in for the injured Danny Ings, and then Whelan in for Lampard, who is amongst the substitutes, and he's being rested with obviously Sunday in mind. One of the great cathedrals of English football, Anfield. So the 7th and final match in the February schedule. An unexpected extra game. If we look at one of the men on the bench, Adam Lallana, signed from Southampton of course. The referee tonight, Mark Cottenberg of County Durham. Checking his watch. As the cop wave the scarves and sing that line, that famous chorus, very famous by Jerry Marsden and his pacemakers, that you never walk home. And it's Liverpool to kick off, attacking that cop end away to my right. Here's Jones. Burnley attacking the Anfield Road end in the first half, away to the left. Here's Vokes. Burnley, in case you're wondering, are in the dark strip. Liverpool, need I tell you, are in the all red strip. So it would be very, very easy to distinct the 2 teams from each other. As Sterling goes forward and almost scores an early goal there. Corner given. Tom Eaton stood big on his line and palmed it away, and he just missed the far near post by an inch or 2. Coutinho to take the corner. Just look at that top end. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before. Liverpool starting on the front foot here, which is a worry for the Clarets. And we're going into this game 5 points ahead of Chelsea. Free kick to Liverpool. Foul there by Jason Shackle. I think that's a rather stupid decision from Clattenburg to give a yellow card. It's a first offence. I just think the referee's been influenced by one or two decisions. I think that's a fair tackle there. And then obviously the Liverpool player goes down rather too easily. We've got a situation here where there's a fortuitous free kick being given in the air to Liverpool. And a yellow card now for one of the centre backs, which is not good news. I don't think it was a yellow card. Here's the free kick. Into the cop it goes by Ricky Lambert. By a Liverpool fan, of course. Come up through the leagues, Bristol Rovers, Southampton amongst his former clubs. There's a coach here at Southampton. Here's Harry Kane. And folks is lurking, but again good defensive work there by Liverpool. Now it's Coutinho. Lambert up ahead of it. Zuma to try and meet Coutinho. He did well magnificently there, Kurt Zuma. He's added quality to that centre back area there as Kurt Zuma. And all this mighty scheduling of games, it's hard to fathom where Burnley are getting all their fitness levels from. To win Danny Ings out for 2 weeks with an hamstring injury, and they're going to miss the Capital One final, is a huge blow for them. That's a good ball now. Harry Kane has got the opportunity to come in now, and here's a chance for him halfway through the first half. Oh, it's saved by Mignolet. Well, it was a great opportunity for Harry Kane. Good tackle there by Trippier. No holds barred. Sterling. Like stay down. There's only one challenge there. Zuma again. Making sure that's a good intervention there for all the Clarets. And Kane is through the centre and he's onside. Is this the moment for Harry Kane? Mignolet stops it, and then Harry Kane backheels it onto the post. Burnley should have been in front, and Harry Kane almost rewarded for a little bit of cheeky impotence. Here's Adnan Januzaj. And Kane goes in again. But I think the flag had gone up for offside anyway. Showing a replay of the offside decision, but I think they should have shown a replay of that back heel from Kane where he hit the post from it. And here he is on the ball. Oh, he almost got through here again. Just under 10 minutes rather to go here at Anfield. But a nice but cold evening here on Merseyside. Liverpool 0. Burnley 0. Good save by Mignolet. Kyler goes in. Road to Liverpool. We'll try and want to get this done and dusted. They've got to save a few key men for Wembley on Sunday. Shackle's got to be wary because he's carrying a yellow card which was harshly given to him. Januzaj over the halfway line, and Kenny's onto it like a flash, and Mignolet again stops him. Shackle with a header. Henderson turning it away from Whelan. Tackles flying in. Another yellow card. Cartley this time the recipient. You just wonder if some of these yellow cards are right decisions. I don't think it's I think it's a free kick, but I don't think it's a booking. And Coutinho just by the decision to give the yellow card, really. Free kick floated in. Zuma with a header away. Half time here at Anfield. Harry Kane has come closest for Burnley, hitting the post. Sterling came close for Liverpool in the first knockings of the game. But it's a stalemate here at Anfield. And at half time it's Liverpool 0, Burnley 0. Well, welcome back to Anfield. One game taking place in the league tonight. Rest of them take place tomorrow, and Chelsea aren't playing to this weekend, which has given them a distinct advantage. Here's Kitely. Little chip back. There's a chance to go for Vokes. And right in front of the corpse, Sam Vokes strikes another blow for the Clarets. And it was an easy finish. Mignolet well off limits. And all Vokes had to do was get their head on it and make sure it hit the target, and they did both of them very competently. And he nods number 15 in the league this season. And what a time to get it. 1-0 to the Clarets. That goal was so desperately needed for Burnley. And Vokes is on a hot streak at the moment. He's through. And that's got to be a penalty. It has been given. Now what does the referee do for Mignolet here? Is it a red card or is he going to book him? Sure, he's got to do one or two here. Because there surely was a denying of a clear goal scored opportunity. Well, he's not even going to book the goalkeeper, which I find baffling. Because that's a clear denial of a goal scored opportunity. Hardy Skirtle is going to come on and play centre back, but Burnley do have the penalty though. But Liverpool, in my opinion, should be down to 10 men. And Skirtle gets a great cheer from more or less 3.5 sides of Anfield. Going to be Vokes to take the penalty after much deliberation. And he's there! 2-0! And that was beautifully dispatched with massive of power. Mignolet, I don't think, moved. He didn't. And there was no way in a month of Sundays he'd have got there, even if he had dived, because the penalty was so precise and so powerful that he didn't have a price with it. Liverpool 0, Burnley 2. Sam Vokes has them both. Well, there's a bit of justice for Burnley, who should have been playing against 10 men, because Mignolet, in my mind, certainly denied Vokes the clear goal scoring opportunity situation. They didn't even receive a yellow card, let alone a red card. Free kick to Liverpool, Lovely to take. So Burnley now going into that Wembley appearance on Sunday in their first major cup final since 1962, on the back of a probable win here at Anfield, and a famous one at that. David Jones has had an exceptional season so far in the midfield, certainly in league terms at least. There's the cross back, and that's off the post. Okay, now it's hit the post twice in this game, and Burnley should have been 3 up. Here's Trippier. Katie's onside. He's round Mignolet, and he's hit the post a 3rd time. Oh, is it going to be his night? I think Burnley are going to win the game, but is it going to be his night personally? And maybe his day's going to come at Wembley on Sunday, maybe. Danny Sturridge is going to come on and replace the quite frankly disappointing Ricky Lambert. He's picked up a knock, and I think Burnley, with being 2 goals up, I think they can't afford to take too many risks. And Gnabry's going to get a run out, and Frank Lampard's going to replace David Jones. He's going to be needed on Sunday, you'd have thought. I think Lampard will be okay for 25 minutes or so. So a double substitution made by the Clarets. I think with Sunday in mind, it's the wisest thing they could have done. Here's Whelan. Lampard gets his first touch. Okay. Stopped by Lovren. Shackle done rather well. Justice are being shown the yellow card as we come to the fore here, as Januzaj lines up another shot. It's well held. There's a chance now. Good save. Now what's he doing here? Markovic is been flagged offside, but I think the game should have been played on. I think the referee was a little bit hasty to blow for the free kick. And the final Liverpool change, and you know who is going to come on. So Gerrard, I would assume, will take over the captain's armband. Jordan Henderson, who was captain to start the game, is now being replaced by Steven Gerrard, the actual club captain. Good tackle again. Here's Serge Gnabry. Folks is on a hat-trick here. He got one at Old Trafford. Is he going to get one here at Anfield? Nearly did as well. Good save by Mignolet. Okay. The way he never stops running, Harry Kane. This is magnificent. Whelan. Here's Vokes. Magnificent running here from Sam Vokes off the post. Kane this time. Oh no, he's missed. Oh dear. Well, he's had 5 shots at goal, 3 on target, and has been unlucky on more or less every occasion. Vokes was just as unlucky there, going for that hat-trick goal. Lampard doing some good defensive work. Comes to Ward. Well, we'll have one last canter here from Vokes here as he goes hat-trick hunting. On Merseyside. He's round the keeper. He's got the hat-trick. He got one at Old Trafford earlier on in the month. And now he's got another one at Anfield. Not bad if you can do that at 2 difficult grounds away from home. Folks making it look so easy. Round single 8 went, and the Clarets now go to Wembley knowing that their lead over Chelsea, at least for the time being, is going to stretch to 8 points with a superior goal difference, but Chelsea will have a game in hand. So Vokes completes the hat-trick. A second half hat-trick, and all 3 goals are coming in front of the Kop. A remarkable result for the Clarets against a frankly disappointing Liverpool side, as referee Clattenburg blows for the end. The Sam Vokes show at Anfield, and Liverpool was soundly beaten in the second half. A Vokes hat-trick in between the first and the second goals, a penalty well struck, and Burnley win here tonight by 3-0. Well, there we are. That's the month of February over with, and we start March with a real showpiece, the Capital One Cup final against Chelsea at Wembley, and what a game that's going to be. I can't wait. Top scorers in the League Cup so far. Barnes has 4 of them. Pienaar has the same. But Vokes is the man in form, and he's going to start that final, I'm sure, alongside Harry Kane. What a good hat-trick to get against Liverpool there to finish the month of February off. But some massive games coming up, as you probably gathered earlier on when we showed you the fixtures. So the revised fixture list is as follows: Chelsea in the League Cup final, followed by a Thursday night trip to Southampton, a Sunday afternoon match at home to Swansea, then another away match to Chelsea. That's a big game in terms of the League Championship. Burnley win that. It's hard to see Chelsea coming back from that. And Manchester City at home, and Borussia Dortmund completing the domestic club fixtures away for Burnley. And then for the last part of the month, the last 2 games of the month, we turn our attentions, of course, to England. So there's going to be 4 games apiece. And obviously the first video will see the Capital One final and the 3 league games between Southampton, Swansea and Chelsea, and then the final 4 games will be the home match with Man City, the away match with Borussia Dortmund, and then the 2 European Championship qualifiers against Hungary and Greece respectively. So that's it from this particular point of the Burnley career mode. I hope you very much enjoyed episode 13. It's been lucky for us so far. We'll join you for the first part of March and our first match, a real crackerjack. It's going to be at Wembley, and it's going to be Burnley's first cup final since 1962, as we look to win the League Cup for the first time in Burnley's illustrious history against Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. Until then, that will be the start of episode 14. Until then, I wish you a very good goodbye, and don't forget, keep subscribing, keep getting your friends to subscribe, because without you, the videos just wouldn't be. I wouldn't want to make the videos. Okay, so please keep subscribing and keep watching. Okay, until then, until episode 14, until that League Cup final, take care. Goodbye for now. Bye bye.